Time now for the morning rush. We begin with developing news along I-40 at Carlisle. This is where police have been investigating a motorcycle crash throughout the morning. Police say this was caused by a car versus motorcycle. Now, we are told the motorcyclist was transported to UNM Hospital and at last word is listed in critical condition. As of right now, those lanes are back open. Sarah?
One family has been displaced after a fire broke out at a northeast Albuquerque apartment complex. Albuquerque Fire Rescue says they got the call around 3:45 this morning. One family has been displaced after the fire broke out in their unit at the Sun Plaza Apartments off of Montgomery. Officials say thanks to the strong work of numerous crews, they were able to keep that fire contained to just that unit. Officials say the fire investigators just arrived on scene and the cause of the fire is still unknown. Kristen.
Like we've been talking about all morning, still keeping eyes on a few spot thunderstorms possible across southern and eastern New Mexico today, mainly in and around the higher terrain. There is a risk that some of these storms will be strong to severe out towards the eastern state line. Watching for winds, hail, and lightning out of those thunderstorms. David?
People on parts of the Mescalero Reservation in southern New Mexico have been forced to evacuate because of the Soldier Canyon fire. Now, that blaze is now burning more than 2,500 acres. This morning, it's at 0% containment. Officials say multiple structures are still threatened at this time. The tribe says residents can take shelter at the Mescalero Community Center and community churches. Officials also say that US 70 from Tularosa to Mescalero is closed in both directions. Happening now, the Ute Park fire burning in Cimarron is now 66% contained. Fire officials say cloud cover kept temperatures down, helping them out. Now, this morning, Ute Park remains evacuated and State Highway 64 between Eagle Nest Lake and Cimarron Canyon remains closed. 219 homes are still considered threatened, so an evacuation order remains in effect. Closure of the Via Vidal, however, has been lifted. Now, an update to a story we have been following for you. Fire officials say they might have to let a tire fire in Sandoval County burn itself out. They also say it could take days for that to happen. 80,000 tons of tires are burning at a tire storage area near Cuba. The fire is creating an enormous plume of black smoke. Now, firefighters say putting out a fire like this is tough. About the only options they have are smothering it with dirt or pulling it apart with heavy equipment. A father is waking up behind bars for allegedly abusing his young daughter for a second time. Last year, Sherrod Bians and Giovanna Gonzalez took their 6-month-old daughter to the hospital. Now, doctors discovered the girl had skull fractures. In April, the couple was convicted of child abuse and sentenced to probation. Last month, the 1-year-old went back to the hospital for trauma to the face. According to court documents, Bians claimed the girl fell off a couch. Bians is being held in jail in Valencia County on the new child abuse charges. The child's mother was not charged in the latest incident. Also happening now, police need your help tracking down an armed Pizza Hut robber. Officers say this man walked up to the counter and demanded money from employees just before 10 p.m. on Friday. He fled the scene in an older white Ford Crown Victoria. If you know where he is, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. Happening today, President Trump will be in Canada for the start of the Group 7 summit. In recent days, Mr. Trump has traded barbs with other G7 leaders, mostly over trade. President Macron of France said the U.S. might be excluded from the summit's traditional statement of unity. And the Trump administration will not defend some key parts of the Affordable Care Act. In court papers filed last night, the Justice Department sided with a lawsuit brought by Texas and 19 other Republican-led states. It seeks to have the individual mandate to have health insurance declared unconstitutional. It's also asking a judge to strike down a provision guaranteeing coverage for people with pre-existing conditions. The Santa Fe School District will decide after the first 9 weeks of school whether to make changes loosening up the dress code permanently. The district superintendent says easing enforcement of the dress code will allow principals to spend more time on student behavior, teaching, and mental health. Now, the most noticeable is getting rid of uniforms for grades K through 8. They say they will ban clothing that promotes substance abuse. Well, major upgrades to UNM's Johnson Center will have the facility under construction for the next 2 years. The university will be adding an expanded fitness area, also adding a new indoor track. The project will cost $35 million, paid for with student fees. Construction will last until the first part of 2020. Johnson Center will be open the entire time, and they will let students know when portions of the building will be closed off. Kristen?
Metro Threat Index added 2 for today. Still talking hot temperatures in the mid-90s. Watch those gusty winds coming out of the thunderstorms that we have to the south and east of us. I don't expect anything in the way of rain here in the metro, but we'll likely feel the winds come up this afternoon. David?
The New Mexico Activities Association is looking to add esports or video gaming as a new activity for high school students. The decision comes at their June board meeting. It will be a co-ed activity similar to chess. Now, students will compete in tournaments, even for state titles. Students would even be able to earn a letter from playing the video games. Esports is set to start up next fall, with nonviolent video games being part of the platform. Today, New Mexicans are invited to the Sunport to welcome back veterans on the annual honor flight. 25 veterans are making the 3-day trip to Washington, D.C. for the first time this year. The flight includes Vietnam veterans. Also on the flight are Korean War and World War II veterans. Veterans got to visit the World War II as well as the Korean and Vietnam War memorials. And this weekend, Mountain Road in Old Town will come to life with art. New Mexico's Public Art Fund is sponsoring the Banner Walk. This includes a series of art installations mounted on lamp posts between 5th and 12th Streets. Each original work of art highlights a piece of Albuquerque history. The eventgoers can use their smartphone to enjoy a curated narration of the art as they walk. The event starts at noon on Saturday. Kristen?
Check on that Friday morning commute as we take a look at the map. Not seeing any major accidents out there. No major slowdowns either. Looks good there. News Tracker also out and about this morning on Coors, headed south, just about to turn onto the I-40 eastbound on-ramp there. Looks good at the hour. Hopefully we can keep it this way. We will let you know if it changes.
The annual Jimmy Nieto softball tournament begins tonight. This comes after the opening of the newly renovated Tom Tenorio softball fields. The renovations were completed after neighbors had complained of softballs ending up in their yards. Now, commissioners say the new design should take care of that problem, and they expect more people will put the field to use. Fans flooding the streets of Washington, D.C. overnight. You can see a sea of red right there as thousands celebrated the first time in 16 years that the city has a championship. It's the team's first Stanley Cup victory, and the game proved to be quite exciting. The Washington Capitals scoring twice in the final period of Game 5 to edge out the Las Vegas Knights by a score of 4-3.
Here's to the 5 facts. We are going to start with number 5. A highly trained dog thought to comfort young victims of crime will soon be able to help kids here in Bernalillo County. Neve Natkin has been training Woodstock since he was a puppy. Now Natkin and her black lab train alongside dozens of other dogs and young trainers to become a courthouse facility dog. They're dogs trained by kids to help other kids, and the dogs are sent all over the country wherever they are needed, but Woodstock staying right here in New Mexico to help the kids at Bernalillo County Courthouse.
At number 4, the city's latest review of the ART project indicates there are a number of mistakes. It also says it could be at least another year before the city sees the $75 million in federal funds that they're expecting for the delayed bus project. Albuquerque's Inspector General David Harper is releasing the report, which says general obligation voter-approved bond money was taken from other projects and used on ART. It's unclear exactly which projects the city took the money from, though. Testing on the buses will be required before the city can receive the federal funds.
At number 3, 7-day forecast shows high temperatures staying in those low to mid 90s here in the metro. We do have the chance for a few spotty storms tomorrow, not likely to be severe. Just watch for the gusty winds and lightning. Overnight lows in the 60s.
At number 2, the mother of a suspected car thief shot and badly wounded by police is suing the city. She claims APD officers violated her son's civil rights and used excessive force. APD says Rodrigo Garcia rammed an officer's patrol car, then got away. When police caught up with him the next evening in the same SUV, they surrounded it in a yard. Officers say Garcia tried to take off again. Police say that Garcia injured an officer as he tried to make the getaway. At the time, APD said nearly 50 bullets hit the Tahoe. According to a lawsuit filed last month by Garcia's mother, her son was hit by 7 of those shots, including a wound to the head. And at number 1, the Soldier Canyon fire in southern New Mexico has people on the Mescalero reservation forced to evacuate this morning. Now, that fire is burning more than 2,500 acres and is at 0% containment. Officials say a Type 1 incident management team is set to arrive today to fight the blaze. The fire is forcing people in the Blank Canyon, White Mountain, and Windy Point subdivisions from their homes. Officials say multiple structures are threatened at this time. Now, the tribe says they can take shelter at the Mescalero Community Center and community churches as well.